Okay, now we want to talk about mounting on the 230C. Mounting is nothing more than attaching a finished graphic to a substrate. You can do it with a squeegee or by hand, but you might find that it's a lot easier and a lot less problems to do it with a laminating machine. First thing you want to do to set up the machine is to raise the roller all the way up, or at least higher than the substrate that you're going to mount to. Then we've got a piece of substrate here we're going to put in to the nip and then bring the roller down until it comes in contact with the substrate. And you want to be careful not to put too much pressure down, especially if you're using a light substrate like foam board. You will be able to crush it with the laminator. So once you get your pressure set, you can hit reverse on the laminator, hit the foot pedal, and reverse that out. And now you're set up to mount on this particular substrate. You shouldn't have to make any more adjustments to the machine unless you change the thickness of the substrate that you're going to use. Okay, now that we've got the machine set up for this substrate, we're just going to do what I call tack up the graphic onto the substrate. So I've got a piece of vinyl here that's been laminated, and we're going to tack that to the board and then mount it down. So first thing you want to do is check for size. Make sure that your board is at least as large as your laminated piece. It is always easier to have a larger piece of substrate than you do graphics. Sometimes it is necessary to mount on the same size or larger, but that takes a little bit more practice. But once we check the size, I'm just going to flip this over and peel back about 3 or 4 inches of the release liner. And then I'm going to make a crease here. That crease will serve to hold up the graphic off of the substrate a little bit while I align it. So when I get the print where I want it, I'll just press down with the side of my hand, or you can use a squeegee, and tack that down lightly. Now we're ready to go back to the laminator and finish the job. Okay, now we're going to go back to the machine, and we're going to have to check and make sure that we're on forward here, and then we use the foot pedal to feed this board into the rollers. And you may need to give it a little push to get it started. Then you can flip back the graphic, pull the release liner, I like to hold a little light tension on the graphic as it's laying down, just to keep the wrinkles out. So I'm pulling the release liner, stepping on the foot pedal, and holding a little light tension on the graphic with my other hand. Once it reaches the end, pull the release liner off all at once and let the board continue through the machine.